what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. Your heart nudity. Being a pirate is always with me. Do what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. Yo ho, ahoy in the past. Being a pirate is really badass. I know the fight from the end of the past. You are a pirate.
Hello, lords and ladies, and welcome back to 60 Seconds. I'm your host, Shayde Reynard. And in our last episode, we made it to like day 45, I think. We almost lived, but we just had issues with, like, because we needed the radio and the map, but it didn't prompt us with the radio and the map for survival. It actually prompted us with the axe instead. We didn't have one, so that ended up screwing us completely. Okay, where is buddy? Okay, kids are here. Kid and husband. And daughter is kitchen. Okie dokie. Let's just get this another run. Okay, grab him. Grab the book. Grab the soup. Grab the soup. Thank you. Grab the daughter. Grab the daughter. Thank you. Grab the husband. Okay, I can't pick that up. Just drop him in there. And we're gonna run in here. Grab the radio. Grab some soup. Grab the flashlight. Grab some water. I don't know where the map is. I think it was hanging in the wall back of that other room. Yep. I'll grab that, please. Grab the checkerboard. Grab some more soup. We don't have time for anything else. Nope. I don't think I got enough, but hopefully we got some stuff that is good. And hopefully there's enough prepped in the shelter for us. Okay, so it looks like we have gun, we have playing cards, and I think we got some extra soup. Yeah, we got one extra can of soup. We were a little bit short on water. So everybody looks good. We got plenty of stuff right now. The only thing that I wish we had was like a med kit. So let's just continue on. Alright, everybody seems to be fine. They're usually fine for the first couple of days. Yeah, and there's still radiation. So we don't want to go outside yet. Okay. So I think, yeah, everybody wants something to drink today. So, water, 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 water. I don't like that we have so little water. I wish I would have grabbed more. The neighborhood's still highly radioactive. Woke up today feeling very uncomfortable. It was like something, like someone or something was watching us. Would have sworn we noticed movement in the shadows. If anything was alive in this bunker, it's time to teach it who's the boss around here. I guess we'll use the gun? Sure. Shots fired. Whatever it was, it's dead now, quite dead. Maybe there's more hiding somewhere in one of those nasty little holes. Okay, Mary Jane's fine. Timmy is fine. Dolores is fine. And Ted is fine. Neighborhood's still highly radioactive. We don't want to do anything. Okay. That trash of ours is getting disgusting. The good news is we don't have much of an appetite when we see it. So we're saving some food. Yet for some reason we would like to tidy this mess up. Those giant green cockroaches. Okay, yeah, we need to kill those, so we're gonna use the book. Hopefully that gets rid of them. Maybe. We dodged a bullet this time. That is a bullet where huge, hairy 8-legs going ahead. Hopefully we won't have to deal with them again. Okay, so did the book not do anything? Mary Jane is fine. Timmy is fine. Dolores is fine. And Ted is fine. Neighborhood is still highly radioactive. We don't need to go outside. Day 6. Okay. So Mary Jane is thirsty. Timmy is thirsty. Dolores is thirsty. Ted is thirsty. Everybody's thirsty again. So, going through water at a pretty quick rate here. See if the area is still irradiated. Okay, we stumbled upon a weird signal. Change radio frequencies. We're pretty sure that behind the layers of terrible static and screams, we could hear a voice speaking a foreign language. Oh dear. What if it's the Soviets? We should probably listen to it. What about the children? Yeah, we'll listen to it. Relieved at first when we figured out it wasn't the Soviets we heard. Turned out it was Canadians, which isn't that much better. So what is the problem with Canada? Seriously. Either way, they're foreigners and we couldn't understand what they were saying, not a word. How disappointing. So wait. Okay, like I understand that there's like a lot of people in Canada speak French, but like jeez. What is the problem with Canada? Okay, so I think everybody needs food. Yeah, everybody's hungry. Wait, no, Ted's not hungry. There isn't much going on with Ted, no trouble, nothing new, but I think everybody else is hungry. Dolores, hungry. Timmy, hungry. And Mary Jane is hungry. Alright. We'll feed them, and Ted seems fine, so... The area is still irradiated, so we're not going to send anybody out. Mutated rodents are attacking our supplies. We're not sure if it's rats, feral bunnies, or just mutated hamsters. Well, these options are pretty grim. We could use spare ammunition or something else to get rid of every one of these pests. We will use the gun again, because they're probably going to, like, attack our food supply if not, so... Shots fired again. And the gun is broken, so... Our cans are saved. Too bad for the hairy mutant. Guess we're still at the top of the food chain. Good for us. Yep, so the gun's gone. Mary Jane seems fine today. Timmy is okay. Dolores is fine. Ted is hungry. Okay. As long as they don't want too much water. The area is still irradiated. I'm going to try and go another day. The other day we heard a quiet knock at our door. We opened it only to find suitcase yet. No, we're not going to do that because we've done that before and it exploded. I mean, there could be a different outcome because we've had different outcomes with other things before, but I'm just going to ignore it. I'd rather not. Telephone rings across the street. Okay, Mary Jane is thirsty, Timmy thirsty, Dolores is thirsty, and probably Ted is thirsty. Yep, everybody's thirsty. Water. Water, water, water. We only got one bottle left, so we're gonna have to go and scavenge. We'll send Mary Jane to go answer the phone. Okay, yep, and that was that group that we heard before. Okay, Mary Jane's fine. Timmy's fine. Dolores is fine. Ted's fine. Okay. Looks like the area is still irradiated. Doesn't matter. We're gonna have to prep anyways because we need more water. Okay, so the roaches again. We're gonna use the book. Hopefully that time it does the trick. Okay, that was close. Unless those glowing bugs might have been more than enough to drive us out into the wasteland. Roaches are the worst, but radioactive roaches, yikes. I don't know if we dealt with them or not, but either way, I'm glad that we have the book. If it's at least a temporary solution, that's good enough. Okay, so Mary Jane is fine, Timmy is fine, Dolores is fine, Ted is fine. We're going to send Mary Jane out into the wastes. Actually, no, we'll send Timmy. Because Timmy seems to yield more supplies when he goes out, at least from what I've noticed. So we're going to send him out. Day 12. Okay, so Mary Jane wants something to drink. Dolores wants something to drink. And so does Ted. Great. Okay, it's become more and more difficult to breathe in the shelter over the last couple of hours. We suspect that there's something wrong with the ventilation. Maybe it got stuck somehow, but how? We need to investigate and might suffocate. We will use the Scout's Guide. Because maybe we can fix it? Using a manual? I don't know. That's just my guess. No, Ted got sick. Using the handbook to research the vent maintenance seemed like a fair idea. We figured it was full of pointers on how to fix things. They must have had a chapter on nuclear shelter infiltration systems before we could even check. We were invaded by a group of angry mutant insects which flew out of that cursed vent. Their stings hurt like hell and seemed to give us a fever. Awesome. Cool. Virgin is feeling quite safe. Dolores is hungry and Ted is hungry. Okay, well, you know, that kind of sucks. Hopefully Timmy brings back a medkit. Damaged rifle hanging there makes us feel unsafe. Maybe we should fix it. Not to mention it could be useful in this part of the wasteland, any part of the wasteland for that matter. Yeah, we'll use the book and see if that'll fix it. I think we fixed it. No? The rifle's gone. Well, the rifle no longer looks like a rifle, more like a lawnmower. It's probably the best to get rid of it. Oh. Bummer. I think there's like a chance like that you can fix it, but then it didn't work out, so. Mary Jane is fine, Dolores is fine, Ted is fine. Except for his illness. Okay, now we can use the radio to see if anybody is going to contact us. Okay, we knew it. The government hasn't fallen, so we can do that. Mary Jane is hungry and thirsty. Dolores is thirsty. Ted is thirsty. Mary Jane was also hungry, so we'll give Mary Jane food. Dolores water. I would give Mary Jane water, but like you have to have at least one of the parents alive. And since Ted's already injured, we don't want Dolores to die yet. Okay, so you can use the radio again to listen in. There's that. Anyways, Mary Jane will be fine like for like 2 days or something. We get a weak signal and tap into the government's emergency announcement service, and guess what? Great news! Fallout outside is mostly gone. We should be able to much safer travel on the service now. Okay, yeah. Mary Jane needs water still. Dolores is fine. And Ted's thirsty. There's nothing I can really do about it. Okay, well, I remember the last time that we did this that he just took the checkerboard, so we're just not going to do anything. We could tell the stranger was disappointed, but that was none of our business. If ever was a time to get used to life, being disappointed is the end of the world. Probably right. Okay, so Mary Jane still needs water. Dolores is fine. Ted needs water, but I just don't have it. Sleazy-looking trader carrying an equally scruffy bag. Okay, yeah, we actually have soup, so let's just see if we can... That. This was the guy that I turned down for the soup last time, but we have extra soup, so let's just do that. See what he can give us. Oh, Ted's dead. And Mary Jane took off. Timmy's back, though. Too many days without water took their toll, and Ted died for dehydration. Mary Jane found out she was not getting a single drop of water, and she left. Yep. As soon as the door closed behind the trader, the bag started to violently shake, emitting a screeching, hellish sounds. Terrified, we backed up against the walls. When the beast finally escaped, it turned out to be just an angry house cat. It then gave us a menacing look and promptly sat down in the corner within itself. Its collar reads Sherikov. So I guess there's more than one way to get Sherikov. Which is cool, because we used him before. We're so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. He came back with a lock and key. He used to visit our local cinema so often that we could travel there blindfolded. It wasn't that surprising when this was where our feet took us, almost without involving our brains in the process. The only thing left on the ticket booth on the door was a padlock on it, and security here must have been questionable. Someone forgot to take the key out. Okay, so now we have the lock and key. That's it. That's all he brought back. Jesus. We're gonna die. Timmy is hungry. And Dolores is thirsty. Yeah, we're gonna prep and send Dolores out, despite the fact that I really don't want to, but I don't think we have much of a choice. We also got bug spray. I don't remember us having that before. That must have been in the bag. Oh. While playing in the shelter, Sherikov stumbled upon a small wooden box. Okay, that had the bug spray in it. Okay, cool. Timmy should eat something. Dolores hasn't eaten in a while. Yeah. We're going to send Dolores out. And we'll just send her with the flashlight, maybe? I don't know. You know, I'm going to send her with the map. Why not? Doesn't really matter at this point, I don't think. Timmy is very hungry and thirsty. Door salesman found his way to our shelter. Remember him from before the apocalypse? He came over with a bunch of leaflets and tried to convince us to join something called Astro Citizen. That is a reference to their second game called 60 Parsecs. So, I haven't played that yet, but we're going to. I do own it, however. But we refuse. Now he just wants supplies, and he says he will reveal some state secrets to us in return. We have some extra soup, so why not? I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter. We were generous when we shared our supplies with him. He tried to make us believe that America was working for a space station in orbit, or rather had, since according to that guy, it exploded when the bombs dropped. How convenient. A working space station? What a joker. He's probably so hungry and dehydrated that his brain started playing tricks on him. Well, 60 parsecs is a game, so it is a thing. Timmy's in terrible shape. He's even water now. Well, I don't have water. Before the world turned into an unforgiving dead wasteland, we were friends with almost everybody in our town, including the old man Jim, who would shamble through our street. Often always said hello. When we wanted to visit him once, he gave us an address that took us to a park. Old man Jim was such a joker. It appears that he survived the blast, since he was at our door right now, asking if we want to buy a rock. Sure. What's it gonna hurt at this point? Bilbo Jim was always lovely and friendly to everybody, so of course we opened the door and fulfilled his request. He winked at us and told us that the first rock is for free, which we were happy to hear. A nice rock is a good thing to have, but we don't think we will be able to trade any of our supplies for it, even if it brings luck, he claimed. Okay. Yeah, Timmy needs water, but we don't have any. Chirikov is still a fresh addition to our little family. We need to keep an eye on it, and believe it or not, today we noticed something on its collar. Seems like a... Okay, yeah, do that. I think Dolores came back. Oh, Timmy's gone. We're gonna die early here. The lack of water drove Timmy insane. Okay. And we took the cat, Shirikov. Okay. To our supplies, we found Shirikov back in our shelter this morning. I'm not exactly sure. So he left and then came back like immediately. Usually it takes a couple of days or something for him to come back, but he's here again, so we're glad to see the dwarves come back safe from the wasteland. Padlock in our shelter came in handy. We used it to secure our home when leaving on the expedition. When we came back, we found signs of an attempt to break in. Padlock is too damaged to be used again, but at least our safe house is well safe. Oh, so if there's only one of you left, you can use the padlock to actually go on an expedition. Interesting. I didn't know that. Well, okay, that is good information for the future if it ever gets down to just one of us again. However, it's being broken, we can't just leave. Or else all of our stuff might turn up missing. Okay, we came back with a bunch of soup. Venture the ruins of local bank, hoping to find something more than piles of useless pre-apocalypse coins. It looks like the bank was robbed just before the blast. The vault was cracked open with saws, hidden in teddy bears. Who does that? That sounds like it's a reference to something. If you guys know if that's a reference to something, put it in the comments down below. Anyways, we see why they wanted to rob it so badly. The place was filled with tomato soup cans. How did they end up here? Maybe the mail had delivered to the bank just instead of a food bank. We found a shopping bag on the floor next to the counters. It contained a couple of rotten bananas, a hand cream, a pair of bunny slippers, and some bottled water. Tempting as all those treasures might have been, we limited ourselves to taking the bottled water. We have one bottle of water. In the bank's back office, we found an open safe. It was empty, but unlocked with a padlock. Okay, so we still have a padlock. I was wondering, because I could see a padlock over here. I wasn't sure why it was there. Okay, so the map was destroyed. But we still have a map? Odd. It's probably just damaged and we can't use it. It's nearly unusable now. Dolores would really love to eat something, and she is tired. Well, I guess Dolores can survive for a little bit. This morning we were supposed to find a letter on our doorstep. It was not signed, and it contained a location for a timed meeting and a few sentences, and said things like, "We're friendly, come unarmed, send one person." We have no idea who could have sent it. Sure, we'll send Dolores. First that happens is we die. Everybody else is already dead. Dolores seems okay. The meeting was organized by the twin siblings. Okay, yeah, I remember them. The twins that were helping us. Dolores is still hungry. Okay. So, Dolores is too tired to go back outside, so... A loud crash, a surprise shriek, and a bit of debris falling from our ceiling. Really a recipe for a good start of the day. Turns out Shirikov found a new toy, a bit of innocuous wiring. Yeah, we're just gonna let him have it. There's just some wire. It's not a big deal. Yeah, we really don't want to risk pissing off Shirikov by taking the toy away, so... Dolores is still hungry. Okay, more food. It's really crowded outside. Maybe it's safe, maybe it's not. We won't know until we go out. Okay. Dolores is still hungry and thirsty. So, go. So, like, when she goes out to the wasteland, she gets, like, exhausted. Sherko seems to be fond of the checkerboard. Its favorite game during stretches of extreme boredom and silence in the shelter is pushing the checker pieces off the table and gazes intently at whoever happens to be stifling or sitting closest. The sound of checkers hitting the floor every 10 seconds is getting on our nerves, and we're considering taking the game board away. Should we let Cherkov play with the checkers? Yeah, sure. Just play with them all he wants. Doesn't matter. Just pick it up. It's a cat. Let him do cat things. As much as cats are assholes. As long as he's happy. Oh, he broke our checkerboard. Whatever. We still have playing cards. Cherkov really went to town on that poor checkerboard. It ate several pieces and scratched the board. It basically is basically unplayable now. Gets us back to rock, paper, scissors. Atom bomb as our only entertainment now. Dolores is still hungry. Jeez. Just an eating machine right now. Our supplies are scarce and our morale is low, yet you almost smell desperation in the shelter. I mean, obviously it's just Dolores now. I'm pretty sure there's a small group of survivors nearby, mostly old folks from a retirement home. It shouldn't be that hard to borrow some of their supplies. They're old anyways, and you need them more, right? Sure. I mean, the person in me wouldn't stoop low to doing that, but it's just Dolores. So. Oh, I think we killed them. The bloody handprint on the wall. Okay, so I guess we're Dolores as a raider now. We had to do this for the family. It had to be done. We really don't want to mention it again. How about we talk about something else? Soup, perhaps? Okay, so we have water and soup. I guess Dolores is fine for a while. Dolores is a bit unpredictable. Sometimes we're a bit afraid of her. So yeah, Dolores is losing her shit, but like... Enough of this plain, tasteless water. Dolores is really craving a cup of coffee. Real, true, blue American coffee. The kind that you can drink 5 cups and still feel sleepy. So like Folgers. Is that what that's saying? It's just like a reference to Folgers. Where are we going to find that in the wasteland? Well, Dolores' favorite diner is, or used to be, a few blocks away. Maybe someone could go up and cuff her on, but who? Dolores, obviously. So, I mean, why not? What's the worst that's gonna happen? She's gonna die. She's back. Our volunteer came back into the inn. Apparently the diner is now just a sad hole in the ground with some seeds lying around. What a letdown. Okay, well, doesn't really matter. A scientist, at least supposedly, arrived on our doorstep today yelling, "Dear Sharakov, are you there?" Or Dr. Sharakov. Are you there? He was looking for his lost cat and kept referring to the pet as favorite assistant. His research apparently can't go on without the cooperation of Dr. Sharakov. Since the cat doesn't seem to be keen on moving out of the bunker anytime soon, the doc wants us to compensate him by helping him with a project. In the circumstances, it might not be the worst idea to befriend another wastelanders, even if it's batshit crazy ones. I mean, we're batshit crazy. We killed a whole bunch of old people for their supplies, so... whatever. Oh, looks like we got some ammunition for whatever that's good for. Dolores still crazy? Yep, crazy and fatigued. There's nothing really I think I can do about that except just let her rest for whatever. During one of the insane episodes around 3 o'clock last night, Sharakov ran face first into the wall, causing a loose brick to fall out. Behind it was a cigar box with some ammunition inside. Thanks whoever left it there. Dolores just rested there. Well, we have the logs, so I think I'm going to send her out. We're not certain about the situation on the surface. A trip could be risky, but it could be worth using the supplies. So we're just going to... Okay, when Dolores came back from the expedition the other day, had a tiny scratch on her leg. It didn't seem serious at the time, but right now it's quite terrible. Sight, if we don't do anything about it, losing one leg will be a minor inconvenience in comparison to what might happen next. Okay, well... Oh. Oh, she's sick now. Woke up to the smell of something burning. We got up in a panic and turned out the fire was under control, more or less. The past few days, Dolores has been very busy building a house of cards. It started with a single building, but soon she was out of cards after constructing a small card town. Standing in the corner of our bunker during the night, Dolores set it on fire, calmly observed the flames. When asked why, she just gave us an indifferent stare, worthy of a serial killer, and said that some women just want to watch the world burn. Okay, so she's just losing her shit and talking to herself at this point. Or talking to dead Ted. Great. So Dolores is thirsty. Yeah. We'll give her some water. We're gonna send her out because there's not much we can do. We're gonna send her out with, I think, the flashlight? Yeah. Oh, holy crap. She literally came back immediately. Oh, but we lost our lock. But we have a med pack now that we can give her and actually heal her up, so that's good. She came back with a lot of crap. Okay. Glad to see Dolores came back safe from the wasteland. When we came back to the shelter, we were relieved to discover that it was still locked. The padlock carries signs of attempted break-in. Okay, well, the padlock's gone. That's fine. We don't need to go back out anymore. We found our way to the nearby hospital, which, despite having structure damage, is still standing. The site wasn't pretty, though. What used to be inside the hospital is now all over the place, whatever survived the blast wave. Anyways, the canteen had a respectable supply of tomato soup, and it looks like it was the only thing to feed the patients. Now, we're 100% sure it's healthy. 1 can of soup. There are plenty of bottles of liquid in the wards, peroxide or not, water is water. Bakers can't be choosers. Don't drink peroxide. That is not good for you. It's not water. It's chemicals. You'll die. It wasn't hard to find a fully equipped first aid kit. After all, it is a hospital. One of the surviving hospital beds had a gas mask hanging on it, along with a note read, "Wear this. Patient smells really bad." One of the dead patients had an axe sticking out of his back. According to his chart, he was feeling perfectly fine before the atomic blast. We decided probably no longer needed that axe. First, our flashlight broke. Okay, so that's fine. Dolores is hungry. Really tired. Okay, so Dolores is just hungry. We'll use the medkit on her, which we need to do. And we don't have a lock, so... Could have used the map, but I used the map earlier. Oh well. Hopefully we'll get a different prompt to do something else. Day 41. I mean, Dolores is still insane, but she's healed now. Dolores is hungry. Dolores might go over and break sanity, do something. I don't know what to do about sanity, so... I think it just said she's hungry, so we're just gonna feed her. The cat disappeared for a short while, and it came back with a note on its collar, signed by the scientist. He says he's being followed by a couple of weird men, hats and sunglasses, making him temporarily go into hiding. Heard about them before. 2 guys in sunglasses. The note mentions the construction of some sort of transportation contraption. A few details were provided, but apparently it can get us out of this hellhole. It still needs to be stocked with supplies, which is where we come in. He wants us to stockpile several cans of soup. The doc will come pick them up soon. We have soup. And we have water. So, can we potentially actually leave? Dolores is still hungry, and needs water. No help, Dolores might go over the break. Yeah, I don't know how to cure sanity. I don't know, like, if you guys know how, like, you cure sanity, let me know in the comments below, because I seriously have no idea how to do that. Okay. You maniacs, you blew it up. Aw, damn you all to hell. That's something we should have told our neighbors when they blew up their barbecue last spring. Those were good times, even if they wasted perfectly good barbecue. That line, though, is a reference to Planet of the Apes. Which is honestly a pretty good series. If you've not watched any of the Planet of the Apes movies, I enjoy them. They're good movies. Alright. Yeah. Dolores is still crazy, but I really don't know what to do about it, so... Yeah, we still need the map, but the map's all messed up, so there's nothing we can do about it for right now. Knocking at the door. Fairly normal symptoms. We tried at least an hour or two of sleep. No luck. We're more tired than ever. Okay. Dolores is probably just gonna end up going nuts, but I don't know what to do about that. So. Doc came knocking at our door to collect the supplies that we requested, and they're important for the project. We can trust him. After all, he's a doctor. Sure. You know what? We'll just... If we can get us out of here, we'll just try. We shared what we could. Thankfully, it was enough. The doc nodded with approval and promised he'd come back before disappearing with our supplies. We're wondering if we made the right decision. Water, what Dolores wants. Since it's just Dolores, we have a bit of soup, and we should be fine for now. Day 46. Now, we've officially lasted as long as we have, I think, in the last time. Because I think last time I only made it to 45, so... Okay. Usually when Shirikov runs and jumps around the shelter like a furry maniac and it leads to total chaos and destruction. This time it managed to uncover a small wooden box in the dark corner of the shelter. Inside it found a perfectly good map that might be outdated, but surely we could use it, so awesome. We have a map, so the thing with the map comes up. The same, keep finding spiders everywhere. Okay, yep, we're going to use this. Because Mary Jane isn't here, and I don't think we can do the spiders thing without her, so we'll use the bug spray, because why not? Anything to deal with a problem at this moment. Okay, oh, we found one can of soup. Started cleaning up and claimed an unexpected surprise. Soup can. Didn't notice before, was well hidden in the shadows under a few layers of dead spiders. Okay, so as crazy as Dolores is, we still are actually doing like well. Day 47. If we could actually get her saved, that'd be nice. More knocking at the door. Still, is it better to be safe down here than dead up there? Dolores is hungry. Dolores wants water. So she gets both. We heard the most curious videos today. One of them was making sound. Oh, okay, yeah, these guys will actually give us stuff, I believe. So, we'll let them use the map. We're knocking. They seem to be friendly enough. When we let them take a look at our map, they thanked us and offered us some supplies in exchange. We gracefully accepted and wished them with the best of luck. So, now we got a flashlight. Mad scientist asked for one of us to join him in the lab for an experiment, and that apparently is a vital project. We don't really know what to expect, but he says his research on the wasteland diseases. This is something we want to take part in. Who is the best fit to survive the mysterious, potentially dangerous experiment? Only have Dolores, so hopefully she's okay. She's sick now, right? Oh. Help build a badass rocket. Okay, our volunteer has temporarily left the shelter to help build a badass rocket that we can all use to get out of this wasteland. Let's hope we're not just wasting our time. Dolores showed the shelter. Okay. So Dolores is sick. And she's losing her mind. We don't have a med pack. We're able to receive another message from the government. Yeah, now we're going to use the map. Hopefully they can actually get us out of here. One of these ways we're getting out of here. Day 53. Hopefully before Dolores dies. Quick glance at the map. Give us all the information we required. We left the message in a bottle. Okay. This dreadful silence is becoming boring, and like every happy model family, we don't have that many things to talk about. Is there anything we can do about that? If anything at all, we'll listen to the radio. Fortunately, we took the radio with us. We can probably listen to some music. Still play music on there, don't they? Dolores is thirsty. We can't send her outside. Someone's at the door. We're a bit scared. It might be a friendly face, an American soldier. Should we open? She's gonna say yeah. We're just gonna start taking risks at this point. Open the hatch, but there was nobody there. Damn pranksters making jokes after the apocalypse. Okay. We could really use some more supplies. We counted all of them today, and the numbers did not make us happy. Time to do something about it. We know that a teacher from the local school managed to rescue a bunch of kids and lead them to a nearby building where they're relatively safe. We could really, whatever they had, we'd really use it, right? Yeah, sure. We'll go and raid them. Dolores has lost her mind. She's become a raider. I think we killed them. We had no idea that they installed some kind of alarm system around the shelter door. As soon as we tried to open it, we were jumped and attacked with loose bricks and map pointers. There were way too many adults. We were expecting just one teacher, but turns out they left children behind to make space for themselves. We are appalled. Those terrible, terrible teachers. Okay, well. We're locked up and it's easy to grow tired of the situation. Dolores has been looking rather down for a while now. She refuses to eat soup. How crazy is that? It's hard to say that we can help her, but trying to cheer her up might be worth a shot. So yeah, we'll just have her read the book. So maybe that'll do something. If she doesn't die from her stuff yet. Giving Dolores a book seemed like a good idea, but she was too tired and too sad to read anything. We hope she gets better soon. Okay, so Dolores is thirsty. She's just thirsty. Woke up to the sound of somebody banging on our door. Someone has been at it like there's no tomorrow. In a manner of speaking, that'd be true. Shall we open the door? Yeah. At this point, Dolores is gonna die, more than likely. Doctor. Crazy bastard was sending us towards the stars. Who knows if we'll reach our destination? To be fair, we're not sure what our destination is. The doc didn't tell us that. He kindly offered to take care of our shelter until we're back. Where we're going, we don't need journals, so decided to leave our notebook behind. Whoever reads the last entry, wish us luck. We hope to get back one day and tell tales of the Great Wonder and lots of soup. We survived for 58 days. Well, I guess that's an ending. We got the space ending. Cool. That's something. I didn't even know that was an ending because I've not seen this before from anybody else that I've ever watched play this game, which is really cool. I guess that's like the whole like Shirokov ending. Survived 58 days and went to space, and Dolores went crazy. So I mean, this is not a terrible ending for what all that happened. I'm actually pleasantly satisfied. Your fate remains unknown. Well, alright then. That's kind of cool. I enjoyed that. That was fun. I like that ending. And we survived longer than we have ever before. So, I mean, that was really cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I had a lot of fun. we'll come back to this and try and like do the whole military escape. Hopefully next time. It seems to be like the hardest one to do, but I'm glad that at least we got an ending this time rather than died. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you at the journey's end. Ta-ta.